Hi guys, and welcome back to Richoux on Demand. Like promised in my last video, I didn't want to make it too long, so we're gonna do the cherry pie filling in this video. It's taken me a long time, but using my little gadget I showed y'all in the last video, I got all my cherries done. So Keith came in just long enough to derail my progress, but I finally got all the cherries done. What I'm about to do now is I have 22 wide mouth mason jars here. I have a whole 12 pack and then I have 10, and I'm just gonna throw those in the dishwasher on a quick sanitation cycle, which I normally just do a 1 hour wash. And we're gonna make a basic cherry pie filling. I will be using cornstarch. Do your own research about that. I won't be using clear gel because clear gel is just modified cornstarch. So, and I don't like the texture of pie fillings that use clear gel, but that's neither here nor there. If you want to know the full recipe or what have you, I'll link the video that 1870s homestead Rachel did. This is her recipe minus a little bit of the sugar because these are Bing cherries, and Bing cherries are already really sweet. So yeah. So I'm just going to measure these out, get those jars started, clean up, and then we'll come back and I'll show y'all how I jarred up. These are all my cherries, pitted and stemmed. And yeah, I'm probably going to do this in 2 pots. So it's just going to be some cherries, some sugar, lemon juice to add acidity because I will be water bath canning this, so I'm going to add some lemon juice for acidity. You can add cinnamon and things like that. I think vanilla if you so choose. So yeah, if all else fails, there is a pie filling recipe in the Ball book of recipes. I can't really think of where mine is, but I do have that book and it has like 400 recipes in it. I'll link it down below. You can pick it up on Amazon. It's everywhere. So yeah, I just wanted to come back to y'all because I ain't want to leave y'all hanging. My jars in the dishwasher because I'm going to be canning cherry pie filling and beans. I have my yogurt in the oven, so we've taken that out in 24 hours. So yeah, it's been rocking and rolling. I'm just waiting on the jars to get done. In the meantime, I was thinking we could start my kombucha, so I'm gonna put those to the side. So I'm gonna put my kombucha in this jar. It is a gallon, and this is what I have. This is my first time trying kombucha, so I didn't want to go out and invest in anything specifically for it. However, if I like it, then I will. I think I'll get something with a little spigot on the bottom, what have you. So, in my fridge, I have a kombucha starter kit from Ava's Kombucha. I got it from AZURE Standard. Y'all know I love them. So it says I need a gallon of filtered water. Okay. A gallon of, or 1 gallon wide mouth glass jar, 1 paper towel, and a rubber band. Do I have a rubber band? Let's see. Alright. So in here we have a SCOBY and starter liquid. We have sugar, oolong tea, and instructions. So we're gonna read these instructions together. I've never made kombucha, y'all. Not ever. Never even had it, I don't think. What better way to have it for the first time than to make it yourself? So it says, congratulations, you took the first step into the fun world of home kombucha brewing. Bring 1 gallon of water to a boil and steep the oolong tea for 20 minutes. It has to cool down to room temperature, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring half a gallon of water to a boil, steep the tea, and then add a half a gallon of cold water. Smart thinking, smart thinking. Okay, so I'm gonna pour half a gallon of water into this pot and bring it to a boil. I just put the top on it so it'll boil faster. Alright, so this thing's pretty self-explanatory. I'm gonna go ahead and fill my other half gallon. So basically what we're doing, I know y'all can't see me because I'm over here, but basically that's gonna come to a boil. We're gonna steep the tea bag for 20 minutes, dissolve the sugar into it, 1 cup of sugar. So it's 1 cup of sugar to 1 gallon of kombucha. And after that, you'll pour your hot liquid and my room temperature liquid into your gallon container, and then you'll add your kombucha starter liquid and your SCOBY into that jar. Cover it with a paper towel and secure it with a rubber band, but in my case some twine, because you don't want any dust or bugs or anything to get into it. Okay, so the water is boiling. Turn it down a little bit. Now I'm going to drop the tea bag in. I'm using a metal spoon. It didn't say use a metal spoon, but I would assume you wouldn't want to use plastic or wood that would have any type of microorganisms on it. So we're just going to turn the fire off. And steep this tea for 20 minutes. So I'm going to put the top on it because I don't want anything to fall in it. And set the timer for 20 minutes. Alright guys, so my timer is going off, so I'm going to turn it off. That's hot. Alright, so have our tea bag, and I'm just gonna take it out and drain it. So if you were doing this You should use a knife because it's hot. If you were doing this with just tea bags that you bought at the store, I believe it's 5 regular tea bags, but don't quote me. Our tea here, and we're gonna put this packet of sugar, which is 1 cup. It looks like cane sugar, which is great because that's what we have. I don't know if it matters if you use any other type of sugar. I would assume you could just use regular old conventional white sugar. So I'm just gonna dissolve this in here. Just stir it until I scrape along the bottom and pick it up and there's no sugar. So as you can see, it's like a little sugar on my spoon. So I'm just gonna keep stirring it until there's no sugar. Now the funny thing is, I don't know how I'm gonna get all this tea into that glass jar without making a mess. No idea. I guess I do. I kind of have an idea. All right. Now, I have this measuring cup, and it's 8 cups worth, so I should fit half a gallon. I don't know. Kids don't do this at home. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but I don't know it. So let's see. Can y'all even see what I'm doing? Boom. All right. Oh, don't waste. 1, 2, 3. Oh. All right. That worked. Now our jar, which I did spill some. Dang it. Anyway, we have our jar. We have our hot tea. I'm just gonna pour this into our jar. Wow, it's so hot. Wasted it again. No biggie. Okay, trying to just make sure I have it all wiped down, since it's going to be sitting on my counter for weeks. Or at least a week. Not weeks, at least a week. So I'm just going to wipe this down just because this tea already has sugar in it. Okay. Next here that I have to pour in here. Y'all, this is just not meant for uncoordinated people. Alright. We did it! Woo! I got more tea on this towel than I got in the jar, huh? Okay. Now I'm gonna stir the hot water with the cold water. Alright, we're back. We're gonna take our SCOBY out of the fridge. I just cut it open, and then we're gonna pour this into the okay. That's trash. supposed to stir it after that. So I found this. It's not a rubber band, but it's an elastic. Boom. We official. Okay. There you go. So what I'm doing is scooping out 8-cup increments so that I can know how many cherries I have for about how many cherries I have for the recipe. Problem is, I only have one big Dutch oven and then one okay size Dutch oven. So I'm not gonna be able to fit all of these other ones. I don't know, let's see. That's 10. Yeah, I can fit like 12 cups in there, and I have 16 in the other one. So I still have a few cherries. So maybe I'll just freeze those. So in the big pot, I have 20 cups of cherries, and in the smaller one, I was able to fit 14 cups. So I have them both on about medium heat, and I'm just gonna let them cook down for about 15 minutes. Just to bring out all their juices and stuff. Like I said, Bing cherries are sweeter than your average tart cherry. So we're gonna let it cook down a little bit. Taste it. The cherries are really sweet, so we may not be adding much, if any, sugar. But I like to cook my cherry I like to cook berry cobblers like that in general. If I can get away with not adding sugar, that's a win for me. Anyway, I'm gonna do some dishes while that cooks down, and we'll be back. They're about there. Yeah. So they've released a lot of their juices. And I've been tasting this. Honestly, I don't think it needs any sugar at all, because like I said, these are Bing cherries. They're not a tart cherry. They're already sweet. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to add about a cup of sugar to this one and a cup and a half of sugar to this one. Now mind you, this is 20 cups of cherries and $20 cups of cherries and 14. The original recipe calls for 8 cups, and they add like 2 cups of cherry, 2 cups of sugar. So all I'm gonna do is stir this sugar in until it's completely dissolved. So that you don't have gritty cherries. Woo! Drop some. I always make a mess on this stove. I love it, but I always make a mess. always drop stuff in the grates. In this cup, I have 10 tablespoons of, the original recipe calls for 4 tablespoons of lemon juice per 8 cups. So then since it's 20 cups, I'm going to put 10 in this one. And since this is 14, I'm going to put 7 in this one. 7 tablespoons of lemon juice. And the lemon juice increases the acidity level so that it's safe to water bath can. Otherwise, you have to pressure can it. So I'm just waiting for these to come up to a boil again. And then I'll add the lemon juice. So yeah, juice in this one. Now these cherries aren't, they are dark cherries, so they are darker color. They're not that vibrant red color. I'm okay with that. I am a-okay with that. I'm gonna go ahead and add the lemon juice to this one too. So now, what Rachel calls the controversial part. I have a little less than a cup of cornstarch in there. I'm just gonna add some water and whisk it around. I'm still waiting on this big pot to come up to temperature, but that smaller one is coming to temperature really nicely. So all I'm doing is whisking some cold water with my cornstarch. Woo. And I'm gonna stir this in. For this one, I have a little bit more cornstarch in this one, but I'm gonna make a slurry like I said before. Turn it down like I did before. Stir it, stir it, stir it. One thing that I had to learn about canning, because I tend to be in a hurry with a lot of things, is not to be in a hurry. So I'm gonna move this over to the island, get out the canner, get out my jars and fill some jars. Oh, it's perfect. All right.
What you want? So when you grab my lid, so not only do I wash.
My canner can hold 16 pints, so hopefully I can get 16 pints. I'm gonna do a little less than an inch of a headspace because I do follow some directions. And I'm gonna go ahead and do 1 jar at a time, just so I can stay a little tidy. And go ahead and wipe my jar lid. The jar. And move on to the next one. So This looks so good, y'all. Ooh, that's hot. This looks so good. And thick. So I do hate that my setup isn't better equipped for filming my kitchen. I struggle with angles in here all the time. Y'all just don't know the things I go through trying to get a good shot. I like to put down a towel because, like I said, my countertop is butcher block, and this stuff will stain my countertop really bad. Most of the things that I can would stain my countertops pretty bad, so I normally try to have some type of barrier. That one might have got too full. Yeah, that one's a little too. Aside from raw meat, I like to taste anything that I can while I can. Because, you know, it really sucks to go through the work that it takes to can something, and you didn't do something you meant to do, or you didn't add something, and then you crack it open a month later, or a week later, or 6 months later, a year later, and you don't like it, and you have 20 of them on your shelf. Like, that really sucks. So, don't mind my tastage, but I'm a taster. My mom and my grandmother, but my mom more specifically, when she was teaching me how to cook things, or figure out how to cook things rather, teaching me how to figure out how to cook things I may not have cooked before, she always said, if you won't eat it, if you don't know how it tastes, and you're cooking it, how do you expect somebody else to want to eat it? Meaning, you should taste your food, because most of the time, aside from some situations where you might have a picky eater or whatever, then that's different, but most of the time, if you like something, if it tastes good to you, it's probably right, or close enough to where people will eat it, which is the point. Nobody wants to cook and not have people eat it. I don't. That's my lazy debubbling. It's 10:30. I'm gonna let these process for, I don't know, 30 minutes. 30 minutes. I think the recipe is 25 minutes. I can't remember, but it's water bath canning, so and the wait time to take it out is not as long, so letting it process for an extra 5 minutes or so. Will not hurt anything. 30 minutes it is going to be, at least for tonight. We're already at 8 pints. We haven't even gotten to the bigger. That's still really hot. Oh. Okay. Ooh. All right, guys. So my camera died on me last night, but last night I was able to get 18 pints of cherry pie filling. Y'all hear that noise in the bag? That's Roots and Refuge. And then this morning I got up super early and I canned 16 pints of beans. I did use a no soak method, so I did have some seepage on this one and this one. I got up this morning, I planted cabbage, dill, and basil, the starts that I showed y'all in the other video. And I just got a package, so I'm gonna show this to y'all before we end the video. Let me get y'all set up somewhere. Y'all know I just use random stuff as tripods because, well, let me set up the real tripod. So I just got this package from Home Place Pastures. So what happened, we ordered our hog through them. I showed y'all that in the other video. But we noticed that some of the cuts weren't what we ordered. Like, we got some extra cuts that we didn't order, and then we got some cuts cut differently than how we ordered. Come to find out, they had an associate use the wrong cut list, and we didn't get some things that we did order. And then anyway, so I emailed the operations manager, Sam. He's amazing, and he sent us this box, so we're gonna open it up and see what's in it. You know, people are human. It was definitely our hog. It was just cut not how we requested it, but mostly how we requested it. Just, you know, we ordered chops cut 3/4 of an inch thick, and they were cut 1 1/4, things like that. Not huge issues. So we're gonna open this box. Oh, that's easier. I don't know what's in here. Oh, yes, I do. I know he said he was going to send us some of the organs, because we did ask for the organs for our pepperoni, our fur baby. So that's an insulated cell, and they have these really cold packs in there. I wonder if I can keep these. Biodegradable, leak proof. I wonder if I can keep these. I'm gonna put those in the freezer and see if I can keep them. So we have some skinless pork jowls. Take the ice packs out. This is the pork heart for Boogie, for our Boogie baby. Baby back ribs. A liver. And 2 more packs of chops. 2 more packs of chops. Okay. So we have more of these ice packs. I'm gonna put these in the freezer and see if I can keep them. They said they're leak proof, so I don't see why I shouldn't be able to. For the next time, I gotta pick up something. So yeah. And of course I'll be keeping that box. So yeah, I thought that was really, really nice of them. I'll link their website down below. If you email them, tell them that Ashley from Richoux on Demand sent you over there. You know, tell them Ashley Richoux sent you. So yeah, I'm gonna get this stuff in the freezer. We're gonna end the vlog here. Hopefully y'all enjoy seeing me do my cherry pie filling Y'all didn't get to see the beans. I wanted y'all to, but my phone's playing music. I wanted y'all to, but it was late and the camera died and I don't have a backup battery. So yeah. Anyway, anything I used in these videos, I'll link down below. Everything I can think of to link, I'll link down below. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for stopping by on our homesteading journey here at Richoux on Demand. And until next time, bye guys.